my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. It has been forever since I've done a little chit chat, get ready with me. So I thought that today we could just sit down, hang out, chit chat, and get ready. I really have nothing to get ready for, if I'm being honest. I'm going to my parents to do laundry today, but I have some new products to try. A new lipstick and a new foundation stick. Some new things I wanted to try that I picked up at Ulta this last week. So I thought we could sit down and hang out. Got my skincare and everything all done and ready. So let's just jump right into the makeup. I am going to start with the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. Just because, I don't know, I guess I feel like we should use a primer because I've never tried this foundation stick. Although I guess it really doesn't matter if my foundation lasts today because, like I said, I'm just doing laundry. Normally I probably wouldn't even wear makeup unless I was filming a video. I don't really think my parents care what I look like. So the foundation stick I picked up was the Juvia's Place, the Shade Stick Multi-Purpose Foundation Stick. Picked this up in the clearance aisle at Ulta. It was normally $16 and I got it for $7.99. I don't know if that's true pricing or not. And I got mine in the shade Belize. I went with Belize because I've been doing some tanning, and so I went with a little bit of a darker shade than I normally would go. This looks like a nice honey color. I thought this might be good for my tan shade. I don't know, hopefully it goes okay. I guess we'll find out. Honestly, I haven't used a lot of foundation sticks. I've used a few here and there. I've tried like an Anastasia one. I've used a concealer, like a matchstick from Fenty Beauty. I'm trying to think what other ones I've used. I know I've used a few here and there, but there's never been one that I've like loved and repurchased. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just put it on and see how it goes. I never really know how much of these to put on either. I guess it depends on how good the coverage is with it, right? So it's very, very creamy. It's got a nice creamy consistency. Goes on very, very well. I feel like I got quite a bit on my face there, like covered 75% or more of my face. And that color I feel like looks pretty decent so far. And I'm going to go ahead and use a brush to buff it into the skin instead of a beauty blender, which is how I usually do my foundations, which is funny. I used to only use brushes, and then I don't know, I went into using sponges, and I went back into using brushes, and then I went back into using sponges, and I've never really gone back into brushes. I think I like sponges more because, one, the foundations that I typically use work best with sponges, and two, sponges are easier to clean, they stay cleaner, and so they last longer, and the shade may be a hair dark, but we can blend it down the neck. I feel like the rest of my skin's a lot darker than my neck is. I feel like this section of my neck is always a lot paler than the rest of my body. It doesn't get it doesn't get the sun as much, but also we're still in the early parts of the warm weather. We're technically still in spring, so I have lots of time to work on my tan over the summer and stuff. So yeah, I always feel like my neck never gets as tan as the rest of my body. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't even remember now. Oh yeah, I always feel like brushes get dirty a lot quicker, and I have to buy new ones because I'm really, really terrible at washing out my brushes. Versus a beauty sponge, I just wet it down every day. They don't get as dirty, and they're cheaper than buying brushes. If you want to get a good brush, make sure you could go to Walmart and buy a cheap brush that's not going to do as good a job. You know, usually when I buy brushes, I like to get Morphe or I like to buy IT Cosmetics. Like this one is an IT Cosmetics brush. So I like to go for the more expensive ones versus you can go and get an e.l.f. beauty sponge for you know, less than $10, and they last really good. They do a really good job. You know, you could go get a high-end beauty sponge for, you know, pretty cheap, and they all are amazing. So I don't know, beauty sponges are just my favorite way to do makeup nowadays, but I used to always use brushes. It's really funny how you kind of go through like these phases and you change it up. Color's not too bad. I think it's a little bit darker than like my neck and stuff and my chest, but like compared to my arms, it's pretty close. It's very glowy, very dewy, but it's got pretty darn good coverage, I'd say. I wonder how it will set down, kind of dry down, or if it will dry down. I'm honestly not sure that it will, or if it will. I don't know. We'll kind of see. For concealer, I don't really have a lot of darker concealers. All my concealers are very, very bright. So I do have this concealer though. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light Honey 121. So let's try this. Hopefully it's not too dark of a concealer. Honestly, on the day-to-day, I probably would just throw, if I was going to wear this, when I wasn't doing a full glam look, which I don't even know that I'm going to be doing a full glam look today, other than I am going to be putting on lipstick, because I have lipstick I want to try. I probably would just throw on a dot of, like, my Juvia's Place regular concealer in the shade 21, and just, like, a dot in the inner corner and call it a day. But we'll try this concealer, because it's new. One thing I don't like about the Age Rewind is if you have any sort of product on your hands, like where your hands are kind of slimy, it's really hard to twist. Put a little bit in the inner corner there. So that's bright enough, I'd say. Enough to give us a little something as something. Like I said, we're not really going full glam today. I'm just kind of testing these products out. So I think I'll use my brush again and just kind of buff that out. Didn't do a whole lot of brightening, just enough I think to kind of cover those under eyes a bit. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll bake those under eyes. And I'm going to use the Beauty Bakery Butternut Bitter Flour in the shade Oat, which is the translucent shade. And this powder does have a little bit of a brightening effect to it, so it should give my under eye a little bit of a pop since that concealer really didn't brighten anything. Give my eyes a little bit of a lift there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and throw on my brows. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. And I use the shade Taupe. It's like the perfect shade to go with my in-between hair, because my natural hair is a pretty dark brown, but I have my hair highlighted or bleached pretty bright blonde, so it kind of balances out pretty nicely. I'm going to throw my brows on real fast and I'll be right back. I'm going to jump into the eyes now. I'm going to grab my Orgy palette because this has been like my favorite palette right now. I just love all the neutrals. And I'm going to quickly set my lids using the shade called Implant, just a nice creamy vanilla shade. I'm just going to buff out my creases and set my lids down. Anyways, this weekend is Mother's Day weekend. So when you guys are watching this, Mother's Day just happened a few days ago. I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. Let me know what you guys did. I'll be working on Mother's Day. And so on Wednesday last week, we got together with my grandma. My mom and I went down to my grandma's and had dinner with her. And then, we're planned for Mother's Day is I'm working, and then after work, I think we're getting together with my cousin at my aunt's house and having dinner. My aunt and uncle are out of town. They ride side-by-sides. They left a couple days ago. And so my cousin came home for the weekend from college and is dog sitting while they're gone. And so we're going to get together and have dinner at my aunt's house with my cousin. I think it'll just be, I don't know if my dad will be there or not. We're getting together. I think we're going to have potato soup and just spend some time together to have a little Mother's Day dinner. Usually we get together for lunch or something. I've actually worked every year on Mother's Day for the last, 6, 7 years with the exception of last year because of COVID, we were closed. Now I'm going to take the shade called Bed or Floors. It's nice, kind of pinky, taupey color. There's a lot of warmth in it. I'm just going to buff that in the crease. I'm just going to do a real simple eye look today. Anyways, so yeah, I think we're just going to get together and do that tomorrow because technically today's Saturday. So tomorrow when I get off work, because I usually get off around 4. So get to see my cousin while he's here and get to spend a little bit of time with my mom on Mother's Day. Last year, because of COVID, like I said, I was off. We actually picked up brunch from a local restaurant that was doing takeout. And we got like this full course breakfast. I want to say there was like sausage and bacon and pancakes. Or maybe it was crepes. Now I can't remember. This really yummy like lemon glazed stuff. I think it was crepes. Really yummy lemon glazed stuff. Some sort of potato dish. I can't even remember now. It was like this full-on fancy, like what I'd call like a brunch kind of breakfast thing. We picked that up from them. And then we also picked up some delicious cheesecake from another local restaurant. And we just met at this local park and we were there for quite a few hours and just got together and had a good time. Part of me wants to call the eye look good because like I don't want to go real super heavy or glam today. But then the other part of me is like, you should at least do a little bit more for the video, right? Decisions. So I think I will take a little bit more. Let's go into this nice, pretty chocolatey brown called Booby Trap. It's kind of like a hot cocoa color. Or maybe a iced latte. And I'm just going to pop that right in the outer corner. Just for a little bit of depth since I don't really feel like adding too much. Yeah, it was actually nice to not work last year on Mother's Day because like I said, I've worked every year on Mother's Day for the last like 6-7 years. I'm just going to take a nice blending brush and give that a good blend. Soften up those edges and stuff. But anyways, let me know. Do you guys have traditions that you guys do every year on Mother's Day? If not, what are you guys doing this year for Mother's Day? We've done lots of different things over the years. I mean, we just usually get together and do some sort of lunch kind of thing. In years past. Or we get together and do a crafting thing if we don't do a brunch or a lunch or whatever. We've gone to like the safari and had lunch out there because they have a restaurant. We've, like I said, gotten together and done have like a crafting day with my grandma, my aunt, and my mom. We've done all kinds of stuff, just gone out to eat. We've done a whole family get together at the house. Like, I don't know, we've done lots of stuff, but we're just doing a small little gathering this year. Now, this is where I feel like this palette is missing some shimmers. It would be really great to pop a nice little shimmer on the inner portion of the lid, but we don't really have any of that. So I'm with this fun kind of peachy shade called Blowout. I think that would be really pretty to pop that right on the lid. We don't have any shimmers. Normally I feel like I would go for something a little bit brighter, whiter, but because I'm so tan, I think that peachy shade was a good choice. Let's pop in an inner corner highlight. So, I'm going to grab my Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum palette and I'm going to jump into the shade called Whipped Cream. It's the really bright shimmery shade in that palette. Let's sweep away this excess of baking. Kind of see what it did with this concealer and foundation stick. And the rest of the foundation stick, by the way, has dried down to be less dewy looking. It has a little bit of dew to it, like you can see on my forehead. Still a little shiny and around my mouth, but not near like it was. But it is definitely still tacky. It's not dry to the touch. Definitely set down pretty well on the under eye. Doesn't look too crusty, dusty, busty in there. And I do feel like that setting powder did do a little bit of brightening, but not too much. Not as much as I feel like it usually does. So I guess it brightens a little more on lighter foundations. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and set my skin and I'm going to use the only darker setting powder I have right now, which is my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I guess my other option would be to set it with the translucent, but I've never set my skin with that Beauty Bakery stuff before. And what's funny is I use this one and I've used the L'Oreal Infallible quite a bit. And that's actually what I was using last summer. And then now that TikTok has kind of blown up the L'Oreal Infallible pressed matte powders, I couldn't buy them. I'm like, okay, they have been out for years and years. And their product I have used lots to set my foundations and stuff. And now I can't buy them because TikTok has made them a thing all of a sudden. Guys, I need a new TV show to watch. I just finished watching Defending Jacob. And I'm about to finish watching Heroes. Defending Jacob is on Apple TV. So good. I've been talking about it I talked about it in my weekly vlog that went up on Sunday. Crazy intense. Apple TV stuff is so good. Everything I watched on there is really, really good. Even their documentaries. I watched the Billie Eilish documentary was even really good. And I'm not usually one to like documentaries unless they're like Bohemian Rhapsody movie or the Rocket Man, the movie about Elton John. Like, unless they're kind of set up in more a theatrical, like, actual movie, whatever, then I usually don't like that kind of stuff. But I actually really liked it. So, whatever Apple TV is doing, I am here for it. Like, they have good writers. Their stuff is really good. So, anyways, I finished Defending Jacob because there's only one season of it. And as far as I can tell, there's only gonna be one season of it. And I watched The Morning Show, which was really good. And I've watched Dickinson, which was super good. Can't wait for those two shows to get their next seasons out. And so yeah, I'm super excited for anything else that Apple TV has got on there. But yeah, I need another show to watch. Comment down below what you guys are watching. I prefer shows that have more than just a few seasons, or if you can give me shows that are complete, that would be great. I know that's not always like the Apple TV stuff. Obviously, those only got like 1 or 2 seasons, but if you can give me shows that are complete, that would be awesome. But whatever you guys are watching right now, let me know because I'm totally interested. Always down for a good show. Yeah, I'm about to finish Hero. I'm in the final season, which came out, oh gosh, probably like 10, 15 years ago. It's been pretty good. I'd actually started watching it years ago when I was in high school, and it just wasn't quite my thing back then. I think I was just too young and wanted to see more romance and teenage drama, and now I'm, a little older. Oh, a little older. Been out of high school for like 7 years, so definitely older. But I'm actually enjoying it this time around. Okay, I just got way too much bronzer on my forehead there. Forgot to tell you guys, for bronzer, I'm using the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. This bronzer looks really pretty on tanned skin, so I've been using this one quite a bit. Except for it got really heavy on my forehead today. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna need new shows because I'm sweeping through Apple TV like there's no tomorrow. And I don't know, I just don't know what else to start watching. I feel like when I'm scrolling through Amazon and Netflix, I've watched most things that pop up, I've watched most stuff on there that look interesting to me. So recommend some stuff to me, guys. I need some recommendations. For highlight, I know I've been wearing this one a lot because you're probably getting tired of watching me wear this one, but I just think it looks really pretty also with tan skin. This is the Becca highlight in the shade Prosecco Pop. It's just a very pretty golden highlight. And it just looks so pretty on my on my tanned skin. I feel like it enhances the tan of my skin. And right now I'm all about looking tan, so can't help it, okay? I'm gonna use it again. Is anybody else like that? Like, once the sun starts coming out, like, they are, like, every day, any day they can get outside and tan, like, they're all about it? Or is that just me? I'm not really into self-tanners. Like, I have self-tanners. I've tried them, I've used them, I still use them occasionally, but I'd rather just get outside and lay in the sun and enjoy it, soak up the vitamin D than, I don't know, use self-tanner. I feel like self-tanners just don't look right on me. I don't know, maybe that's just me. It's just how I feel. I'm all about getting tan in the summer and then doing anything I can to make myself look tan, to enhance that tan, to embrace it. I think I'm liking where my skin's at. Add some blush though. We definitely need some blush. You know what's such a surprise to me is how much I like this blush. This blush is from Phase Zero. It's this really pretty kind of peachy corally blush, but it's got some shimmer to it. And so in the beginning I was like, there's no way I'm really gonna like that. Got it from a FabFitFun back in like, it was like winter FabFitFun. And I never thought I was gonna like it because it's got a lot of shimmer to it, but I love the color. And it smells like coconuts. So between the coconutty smell that makes me feel like summer is here and the pretty color of it, I'm obsessed with it. It's been such a great spring color. And I think it will transition great into summer as well. But I've really, really, really been loving it. And I was not expecting that at all, because I'm just not usually a shimmery blush person. Wow, we're looking super dewy today. Like maybe a little too dewy now. But that's okay, I'm alright with that. So let's go ahead and set my skin down. I'm gonna use the Beauty Bakery Setting Glaze. I feel like that bottle has a weird sound to it. Like it doesn't spray out normal. Overall, I feel like that foundation is set down really well. I don't know if the dewiness is because of that foundation or because I went a little ham with that highlight. I mean, I feel like I did about my normal amount of highlight because even my chin looks a little extra dewy. My upper lip looks really dewy. I feel like this foundation stick is just kind of a dewy cream foundation stick. I don't know. I don't really feel like it said anything about like what kind of coverage it was supposed to have or finish it was supposed to have. Let me read. I never actually read the box either, so maybe I should do that real fast. It says, the Shade Stick Contour Conceal Correct, formulated to feel like skin. Our Shade Stick is a weightless, multi-purpose formula that glides on seamlessly to cover imperfections while giving full definition to the face. This full coverage formula is infused with shea butter and oil controlling ingredients. Okay, so it's got shea butter and oil controlling ingredients. Interesting. And a long wear time while providing radiance to skin. So definitely get the radiance. Shea butter, interesting. I don't know if I've ever used any sort of foundation that's had shea butter in it before, at least not where they've like said it's one of the main ingredients. They talk about it in the description of it. Definitely get that radiance. Don't know how that oil controlling is going to go. And the shea butter and the oil, I feel like shea butter would make things oily. So having that oil control in it's very interesting. I'll have to let you guys know how this foundation wears. Like I said, I bought this on clearance, so I don't know if it just didn't sell well and they're just trying to get rid of it or what. Maybe it's being discontinued. I'm not sure because there was quite a bit of it in the clearance section. But so far, it looks very pretty. It was definitely full coverage. And it's summertime, so I'm about that dewy skin as long as it stays well. I have dry skin on the outer portions of my face. Out here I have a lot of texture, and so it's a little on the drier side. But in my T-zone and like my nose is very, very, very oily. Touch my nose, it's like a freaking oil slick right there. It's like a grease slick. So I will let you guys know how it wears and keep you posted. But so far, I like how it finished. It just looks very glowy. This could be a very, very good foundation for the summer if it wears well. I'm all about the dewy look in the summertime. So, with that being said, got it all sprayed down. I need to throw on some lashes. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm going to take my hair down now. That way we can kind of start moving into the lips. For lips, I bought a new lip when I was at Ulta, and I'm really bummed about it. I was looking for a new nude lip. Talked about it in my last makeup video that I've been into like super nude lips. I've been loving like to put just like this baby doll from NYX, or I have this lip liner which is called Nude Beige. It's from Sephora. It's a super duper nude color. Just a very, very nude. I was wanting just a very nude, peachy lip color. So this was what the color on the top of the box looked like. Very, very nude. I looked at the one on display, and it looked very peachy nude. Picked one off the shelf. Got the one called Crush, which is the one that was on display was called. You know, one on the box says it's called Crush. Got it. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, by the way. It's in their liquid lip. And got it home, opened up the box, and I'm like, this is not at all the same color. So very disappointed. I have a couple of their lip products already. This one is called Dusty Rose, which I love. I'm like, these are so similar. Like, they almost look identical. This one's a hair lighter. But I'm like, this doesn't look anything like the same color. And so I'm a little disappointed. I'm definitely going to go back and buy another color, but we'll try this one out today just to see how it looks. I swatched it on my hand. It was a lot darker than I was wanting, but figure we'll try it. We'll wear it today, just see. I mean, it's definitely a pretty color, and I'll definitely wear it, but it's not the color I was going in to buy, you know. I looked at so many colors, and I contemplated for so long, and I settled on this one because I thought that, okay, you know, this is a bright, light, peachy color. I think that would look really pretty. Like, this on the box is what I was wanting. This in my hand, not at all what it says it's supposed to be. Not even what the example or what the display color looked like. So I'm so confused. I mean, it's a very pretty color. It's a lot like, you know, the other colors. I love this Dusty Rose, but it's not what I was wanting. I wasn't wanting another Dusty Rose, you know? I mean, it's very similar to, like, this Vice. Like, I have a lot of colors like that. I love these colors, but this is not what I was wanting to buy. So, anyways, just thought we could try it today, see what it looks like. So again, this is called Crush. This is in the shade Crush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So, let's go ahead and put it on, see how it looks. So yeah, it's a very pretty pink nude color. I love the color. I was just looking for something that was a little more peachy or beigey. One that's going to look like I put concealer over my lips almost. You know, one that's just a little peachier than putting foundation or concealer over my lips. Like, that's kind of what I was looking for. A lip look that was very similar to the lip that I had in that Orangey palette makeup look that I put out a few weeks ago. Something very similar to that. So like, yes, this is pretty. And this is closer. This is a little more nude than the Dusty Rose. I will give it that, but it's not this, you know? It's like 3 or 4 shades darker than this. So I'm a little disappointed, Anastasia. Your labeling sucks. Unless, for some reason, their display bottle was mislabeled or I didn't look at the label and it was just in the wrong hole. Something was wrong with their display at Ulta, and their packaging is incorrect. This is not the right color on the packaging. They need to fix that. So yes, I love the color. It's beautiful, but it's not what I was wanting to buy when I went to the store. Like, not happy about that. I will definitely be going back. I went through the whole store and I looked at like Too Faced, Urban Decay, Anastasia, NARS, all the way down to L'Oreal, Maybelline, Elf. Like, I looked at everybody's lip products, and honestly, L'Oreal had some really pretty lip colors that I think I might be going back to look at. There was one other color I was really looking at. I think it was called Naked. One other color by Anastasia I was really debating between, and I think it was called Naked, and I almost got it, and I went with Crush, and maybe I should have gone with it. I don't know. So anyways, guys, this lip look is pretty. Honestly, I feel like the longer I sit here with it on my lips, I feel like it's getting darker. Is that just me? I feel like it's starting to oxidize. I don't know. It'd also be very pretty with a gloss on it, but I'm just a little disappointed in the fact that I was really expecting to get this color. But whatever, it is what it is. So anyways, this is the look I created. Just a little fun look. Not going anywhere except for do laundry at my parents' house today. So I'm going to hang out with my mom. We'll probably watch The Masked Singer because her and I have been watching that together. I think they're on like I don't even know what season they're on. There are a lot of seasons into this. I think this is season 5 maybe. and I only heard about it last season, and it's actually kind of a fun show. If you guys don't know what The Masked Singer is, it's literally famous people from all over, meaning like from sports, from TV, from movies, from YouTube, from, influencers. It's literally famous people from all over different platforms going on and dressing up in these crazy elaborate costumes with disguising their voices, and then they go out and sing, and they've got this panel of judges, which is like Jenna McCarthy Wahlberg, it's got Robin Thicke, it's got Nicole, oh god, what's her last name? She's from, the Pussycat Dolls, I think, and Ken, I can't think of his last name now, the comedian guy, he's from like The Hangover and stuff, he's really funny. Anyway, so it's got them, and so then they try to guess who these actors are, and it's really, really funny. I've actually really enjoyed it. Then every week somebody's actually eliminated, so you get to see who they are, and they give clues every week as to who they are, and they disguise their voices until they're actually singing. It's actually pretty fun. I don't know what channel it's on. I don't watch regular TV, but anyway, so my mom and I have been watching that together. It's kind of fun. We usually have a show that we watch every week together, but we usually don't watch live TV shows unless it's like Big Brother or something. But anyways, so yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Thanks for trying out these new products. Like I said, I will let you guys know how this foundation wears. I will pin a comment down below, or I will let you guys know in the vlog next week or this week or whatever. I will catch y'all up on how this foundation wears if you guys are interested. Like I said, I bought it in clearance, so if you're interested, go to Ulta, check out your clearance section. That's probably where it's at. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!